We have the fire department here as well. So if it's okay with council members, we're going to be taking 5 resolutions related to the fire department.
3.
Well, I have actually 5 here. And then we have something, we have personnel from Human Resources, and we have your resolution as well. Ms. Ford, you have people here for that as well. So, Mr. Clerk, if you can take resolutions 583 and 584 on page 8.
Resolution 583-14 transfers, appropriates, and appropriation out and from the designated fund account and credits same to a designated fund account to the Department of Environmental Management to provide a grant to the Cooper Center Council for the construction of water tank and storage shed at the Volcano Transfer Station. Transfers appropriates $10,000 out and from the Clerk Council Services Contingency Relief Account, Council District 6, and credits the same to the Department of Environmental Management. Transfer to Solid Waste Fund. Transfer to Solid Waste Fund account, Volcano Transfer Station. Reference Communication 1131, introduced by Ms. Ford, waived FC.
Ms. Ford?
Move to approve Resolution 583-14.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Iligan. Go ahead, Ms. Ford.
Thank you. May I have the fire department come on up? Anybody? Are you going to come up too? No? Okay. Assistant Chief, please. I'm going to ask the Assistant Chief to introduce yourself by rank and name.
Sure. Assistant Fire Chief Glenn Honda.
Thank you, Chief Honda. I want to just talk about this, and then I'd like the chief to respond to this. I actually have 3 items on here on the same subject, because this is kind of a convoluted thing. This particular resolution grants $10,000 going through Department of Environmental Management to the Cooper Center, they're a nonprofit, to put in a water tank, 10,000-gallon water tank, and a storage shed. The tank will hold rainwater that's collected from the roof of the shed. It'll have gutters on it. And it will be used both to mix with citric acid for the kochi eradication and for the use by the volunteer fire department. So let me say right here, I had enough money to put the shed and the tank on the property with DEM's permission. What I didn't have enough money for was the fire department connector that allows the fire department to connect their hoses and pump the water into their trucks for things. That costs about $6,000 to $7,000. So I'm asking the community, I'm gone at 11:59 December 1st. Ms. David is coming in at 12 noon. And on the December 2nd, please contact her office and ask for that fire department connector. It's expensive because it's brass, and it'll stand up under those conditions. So we chose this particular site because there's room and space was left in the original design for these particular items. So, Assistant Chief, would you comment on the assistance that tank will give the volunteer firefighters up in the volcano area?
Okay, well, I found out about this yesterday, this resolution, and we're in support of anytime we have water resources around the island and they're capable of maintaining that water source, then we can consider that when doing firefighting operations. I understand that this would be a secondary use to this tank, which is good. Yep. However, it will depend upon how much water is in the tank. If you're depending upon rainwater and other people using the tank, then we're not going to look at this as a primary water source.
Exactly.
But just an additional water source in the community in the event we need it. We would have to have a connection for our pumpers, and then we'd have to have an area that's large enough to actually get in there. So this standpipe would have to come out of the secured area and be available for the trucks pulling up. So just those kind of things have to be taken into consideration.
Okay.
But again, we support water resources in the communities.
Thank you. And I cannot speak for Miss David, but I feel fairly confident that she's going to help everybody out quite a bit. So thank you very much. And
Thank you.
I'll go on. That's all I need to say on this one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other, Mr. Ligon?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. There's only two things I just want to say. First of all, I want to commend Councilmember Ford's efforts, and may her hard work benefit the community. And the second thing is to expedite our process. I would like to move and suspend our rules to allow voice votes for this council meeting.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay. Any discussion on that motion? If not, roll call on the motion to suspend the rules for voice vote. Mr. Clark.
Ms. Eoff.
Aye.
Ms. Ford.
Aye.
Mr. Iligan.
Aye.
Mr. Kanuha. Mr. Onishi. Ms. Poindexter.
Aye.
Ms. Willie.
Aye.
Chair Shimoda.
Aye.
Chair Shimoda, you have 8 ayes.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Ligon. You have anything else? That was the only thing? Okay. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor of Resolution 583-14 say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have 8 ayes and 1 excused. Next item, Mr. Clark, 584.
Resolution 584-14 urges the Department of Environmental Management to request an amendment to the permit issued by the Department of Health to operate the Volcano Transfer Station to allow placement of a slab, water tank, and storage shed for use by the volcano community for its Koki frog control efforts and its volunteer fire department. The Cooper Center Council, a 501c3 nonprofit, is willing to oversee the procurement and placement of the concrete slab, the water tank, and the shed, which will be built and placed by the volcano community using volunteer labor. Reference Communication 1133, introduced by Ms. Ford, waived, EMC.
Ms. Ford.
Move to approve Resolution 584-14.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Eoff. Ms. Ford, you have the floor.
Thank you. This is a resolution urging the Department of Environmental Management to approach the state DOH to allow them to amend the permit that allows us to operate the transfer station for this additional use of the storage tank, the storage shed and the water tank. You can't just go in on DOH land and do this without that permit being amended. So this is just urging them to please start the permit process and get that over with. Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing or seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously with 8 ayes, 1 excused. 584-14 is approved. Mr. Clerk, if we can do, you need 315?
Yeah.
Where's 315? Bill 315, let's see.
Bill 315 amends ordinance number 14-81 as amended the operating budget for the County of Hawaii for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2015. Increases revenues in the transfer from general fund account $10,000 and appropriates the same to the landfill's other current expenses account $10,000, water tank, slab, and storage shed for the Volcano Transfer Station District 6. Funds would be used to provide a 10,000-gallon water tank on a concrete slab and a storage shed for equipment at the Volcano Transfer Station for Koki frog eradication and use by the Volcano Volunteer Fire Department. Reference Communication 1132, introduced by Ms. Poindexter, waived, FC.
Ms. Poindexter.
Motion to approve Bill 315.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Iligan. Any discussion? Ms. Ford?
Thank you. All right, this is the third bill associated with the tank. This bill takes the $10,000 that I'm providing and moves it out of our general fund into the solid waste fund. That takes a bill to transfer the monies between the funds. That's all that this is doing. And since this will be the last discussion I have, I want to thank Department of Environmental Management for their support in doing this, not only for the community and the fire department, but because they have really assisted Brigade and doing a lot of the work. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of Bill 315, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Ms. Ford, you're taken care of, is that?
For a while.
Okay. Mr. Clerk, if we can do Resolution 563 on page 4. That's yours, Karen.
Resolution 563-14 transfers, appropriates, an appropriation out and from the designated fund account and credit same to a designated fund account to purchase personal watercrafts, equipment, and hardware for the Ocean Safety Division of the Hawaii Fire Department. Transfers, appropriates $4,500 out and from the Clerk Council Services Contingency Relief Account, Council District 8, and credit same to the Hawaii Fire Department Ocean Safety Equipment, Rescue Equipment Account, Personal Watercrafts, Equipment and Hardware. Reference Communication 1099, introduced by Ms. Eoff, waived FC.
Ms. Eoff.
Move to approve Resolution 563.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Mr. Iligan. Ms. Eoff.
Thank you. I'd like to ask Gerald. Thank you. I'd like to ask Gerald Kosaki from the Ocean Safety Division to please come. Thank you. And I wanted to, before you go in and explain just a little bit to us, I wanted to thank you for your commitment to helping us figure out exactly what the needs were and how we can help. I know several of my colleagues are also contributing money to make sure that we can get this jet ski project going. And I also want to thank the administration for the commitment that they have made to the program. So we're just contributing some, if you could maybe explain a little bit.
Okay, thank you. My name is Gerald Kosaki. I'm a battalion chief in charge of special operations, and part of my duties is to oversee the Ocean Safety Division. First of all, I'd like to apologize for my casual attire today, but we're in the process of putting up the replacement lifeguard tower at Hala Nui today. So that's the third tower that we're putting up in Hilo, and we just have 2 more after that. So sorry about this, but anyway,
Fine.
thank you again for your generous donation or to reallocate the contingency funds for the hardware for the jet ski program. It's been years in the making, as you know, I know Council Member Ford has known. We tried, and we had a lot of push to try and implement a jet ski program. Jet ski is a brand name, so it's called a personal watercraft. That's the generic name. But we tried to implement a program in the past. We have, it's not as simple as it seems. On face value, it looks like we can just get a jet ski or personal watercraft and put it in the water and go save people. But it really, really takes a lot of work, and I'm finding out a lot more the more I'm working into this project. A few months ago, I had some conversation with Mayor Kinoy, and he asked me, what do we need to do to get the program started? And I said, basically, money. And he said, oh, if that's all, yeah, okay, we'll get you money. And I thought, yeah, okay, he's just saying it. But sure enough, he did provide me with money once he found out exactly, itemized costs of what we actually will be needing. And so I got together some money, some figures in regards to personnel costs and costs for the equipment and hardware for the jet skis, and submitted that, and so he allocated some money for it. And right now we're in the process still of procuring the equipment, and this is like 6 months ago at least. However, along with all the equipment that we had allocated for the jet ski, and like in any program, as you start working into it, start purchasing things like that, you always find things that you may have missed. And I had missed a few small items, small in relation to the total program, but one of the items that I identified that we could have put on there was communication. equipment, which is like radios. Although we had radios allocated for our ocean safety program that is in the process of being procured now, the jet ski communication devices probably is going to be a little bit different, and I'm still researching that to find out what would be the optimal communication devices for it. But I have a good idea, and that's how I came up with the figures. And it's not cheap. And of course, we don't want to get, really cheap equipment. We want things when they're out there and, the jet ski dies or something happens, we need them to be able to communicate. So where we are now is we're waiting for the equipment to come in. I've met with people from the Oahu Ocean Safety as well as from the Windward Community College who's going to be assisting with the training. And the training that we're going to be doing is pretty elaborate. It's going to take probably at least 5 weeks. And just to apply for the training, we have a lot of requirements that they're going to need to do as far as create taking some classes, and there's also skill sets and physical requirements. We're doing this, and because again, I want to do it the right way. I want to make sure that our county, our department, and myself personally is going to be covered in the event that there's when the program starts. So anyway, I don't want to take too much of the time, but anyway, what the end product is going to be is that our operators is going to be licensed with the state, so they're going to be protected that way. They're also going to be certified by our department under United States Life-Saving Association guidelines and standards. So we as a county will be covered because we're going to be making sure that our guys are certified and licensed. We're the last jurisdiction to have a jet ski program implemented. Maui, Kauai, and Oahu have jet ski programs. Only Oahu really certifies their guys. Maui and Kauai does not have a certification program at this time, and that's why we're kind of going above and beyond to bring our guys to a higher level.
Thank you for the explanation, and we really appreciate that we'll be safe for all of our ocean recreation users.
Okay, you're good? Okay. Thank you, Ms. Yap. Ms. Ford?
Thank you. You'll have to come back next time because my money is not coming in until the 19th, but it's on its way. I have been, as the battalion chief said, I have been supporting this program practically from the time I came into the county, to the point I think I've driven 3 or 4 fire chiefs out of office and into retirement because of my constant nagging about getting this program going. And frankly, I have to admit that I didn't understand the complexities of putting this. To me, it was get the ski, get the sled, and get the lifeguard out there. Fortunately, greater minds than mine were in control and have worked on this. But I'm going to be truly relieved to see this. One of the things that Karen and Drew and I have worked with the fire department is making sure that we have not only good equipment that's trustworthy, and like Gerald said, the communication equipment will be obviously waterproof. We can't get it out there and lose communication. But also that we have enough jet skis to back up for preventative maintenance reasons, and also if a ski breaks, that we can get the ski quickly, functional ski, out to the beaches for this. Can you tell us which beaches on both sides of the island will be the first to receive these?
Yes, our plan is to have 1 jet ski each on East and West Hawaii with 1 backup in East and West Hawaii. The positions are going to be allocated to Spencer Beach Park in West Hawaii, 3 positions there, and at Isaac Hale Beach in East Hawaii, 3 positions there. And that's pending if how the lava flow goes.
We understand. And I certainly will continue to bother you to get those more beaches covered, because these are really, really instrumental in saving lives. Thank you to the fire department. Yes, go ahead.
No, I just like to add that although the positions are going to be allocated to these specific beaches, on any given day, the captain on duty has the prerogative to allocate or to reposition the jet ski on any given beach depending on the surf conditions and beach conditions.
Okay, thank you. I still want more. Okay, thank you so much.
Alrighty, thank you. Mr. Kanuha.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd rather talk now than when my bill resolution comes up, but thank you thank you guys for working hard on this, and I know the logistics are pretty difficult, but like Ms. Ford said, there are greater minds than ours to make it happen, so thank you guys.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kanuha. Any further discussion, council members? If not, all those in favor of Resolution 563, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There's 8 ayes and 1 excuse. Mr. Nishi, did you want to speak on that or no?
No.
Oh, okay. You have to leave.
Yes,
right?
so I wanted to see if we could at least bring up the Resolution 568.
Hold on, everybody.
Resolution 568.
Right, so they have 2 more resolutions. You have to leave right now, or?
No. I have
okay.
but yeah, just thinking about how the discussion's been going.
No comment on the discussion there, Mr. Onishi. No. Okay. Alrighty, so 563-14 is approved. Next item, Mr. Clerk, will be 577 on page 6.